there's a car just honking and honking. Like, sir, I'm filming. We just got a package. We just got a package. You guys remember that? Blue's Clues? Wonder where it's from. Okay, so due to this video and me being lazy, all the stuff is already hung up. So I did already open this package, but it's so cute. I decided to show you guys. It says, "It's not my fault you're like in love with me." And then it came with this whole magazine. A whole magazine. It's giving Mean Girls burn book for sure. The nostalgia, okay? And then it's just like a catalog of every piece, the materials, the fit scale, the feel of the material, the price, everything. So, let's get into it, shall we? All right, so first things first, they were not kidding when they said lightweight. This is very light material. It feels amazing. Like, it doesn't squeeze you too tight, but the waistband is like this nice, thick, ribbed material. The only thing I would say is that I wish the rest of the leggings were as thick as this waistband. Because for me personally, I am thick, so I stretch out materials more than a smaller girl would. So sometimes things that are like very seamless on me become sheer, almost see-through. So I would request, you know, like if this could be a little bit thicker, that would be fire. But it is floor length and I'm very tall. It goes all the way to the floor, nice and flared. Like, I really like how the bottoms look. Very pretty. Okay, and then the top, super nice. The top is much thicker like the waistband. I wish this thickness carried through to the leggings. I'm not sure why they didn't. Oh wait, let's do the back of the leggings. Back of the leggings, again, they are a tad bit stretched here, so I feel like it is almost see-through. And then there is no line to separate the cheeks, which I wish there was. So yeah, I feel like it doesn't do crazy contouring or anything special for the butt, but at the same time, like, it does meet my standard when it comes to comfort and fit. I just wish the fabric was thicker and that there was maybe a scrunch butt or a seam in between the cheeks, because right now it's just one big cheek. The top, like I said, is really nice and thick. It's ribbed. If you guys have watched my try on hauls before, you know I always say this, I love ribbed material. Something about ribbed material is just so cozy to me, and like, it's always a little bit more snatching or like cinching, which I enjoy. It does have removable cups. To be honest, I feel like I'm looking in the mirror behind the camera and I feel like I can kind of see the cups. So I would take them out. But they are nice and big cups. I just feel like I can see the indentation of where they are and I don't like that. I'll put the pieces on the screen right here so you can see what they look like on the site. But yeah, this is a really cozy set. I probably will wear this like running errands and stuff. I don't know if I would wear these leggings in the gym to do squats and everything because the material is a tiny bit thinner. But yeah, I really like this one. And I'm normally not a huge fan of pink, but I feel like this is really, really flattering and it's really comfy. If you notice that my camera quality isn't that great today, I actually dropped my DJI when I was on set with Opali. So you probably watched that vlog and you can see where I dropped my DJI. So I'm filming with my iPhone today. I've never done that. I've never filmed a YouTube video on my phone. So hopefully the quality is there. Tomorrow, I'm shooting for a spray tan company. It's called Miami Bronze Life, and I've worked with her for a while now, a little over a year. So I'm doing her campaign tomorrow, so that is why I am extra bronzy right now. I literally just got the spray tan last night. So it's gonna relax from now, but yeah, I am definitely very, very bronze. But anyways, let's get into the next look. Okay, so they did also send me the same exact set, but in black. I love it in black, because in black it's not see-through. Not to say that the first one was see-through, but the legs and the butt of it were much thinner than the waistband and the top. This one is pitch black, so you can't tell that this material is a tiny bit thinner. Like there's no see-throughness, squat proof. I will wear this one religiously. I promise you this one will probably get worn on a weekly basis because it's ribbed, which is my favorite. The legs are nice and long, and they're flared perfectly. It's not too much flare, it's not too little. Sometimes the flare is like way too 70s bell bottom, and sometimes it's like almost a straight leg. I really like the way the flare is on these. They stay perfectly up on the love handles. If you're thick and you got a lot of butt, a lot of thighs, hips, you know how it is when this waistband isn't cinching and tight, it slides down, and it's so frustrating. So luckily that's not an issue with this one. Same exact cut and style. Wide sports bras like this are not my personal favorite all the time, just because I feel like they start to go out, and I tend to like my stuff like tighter inwards on my shoulder like this. But again, that's not like a major deal breaker. I'll still wear this religiously. I still like it. It's just sometimes I would prefer this, but to go inward in the back, so it brings the straps like that. Anyways, not an important detail. It is scooped in the back. And the other day I realized that I barely have any black workout clothes because I work out in a black gym. So since I started working out there, I've been getting really colorful stuff. And now I have like literally 2 pair of black leggings. So this will be my 3rd. I'm very excited because I do like to wear black when I go run errands and when I go to public gyms and stuff. I don't always want to wear like a bright, loud color. So black's a staple. This, I'm already like planning to wear this outfit on Monday. Like it's already getting put in the bag, it's being worn. This collection, I have it in 3 different colors. So we're gonna get into this one. I actually shot their campaign for this one. Not for their website, but we did social media campaign. And we went all the way to the state right next to Kentucky. Anyways, we went out in the middle of nowhere to the woods and shot like this wilderness, twilight, fairy inspired type shoot. There's a car just honking and honking. Like, sir, I'm filming. This is like a little play on like camo. So let's get into it. Okay, according to our little navigation burn book, I currently have on the Breakthrough Stunner Seamless Leggings. These are the eye-catching pattern, high-waisted and hug every curve in an unbeatable comfort. They have a compressive waistband, they're high-waisted, seamless, lightweight, soft and stretchy. The material is nylon, polyester, and spandex, and it fits true to size. And I am wearing the color, actually I don't know, this one isn't listed. Right here they only have ultraviolet and gray. Maybe this is considered the gray. I don't know, it looks a little bit blue to me, but it could be gray. So let's get into it. This is actually the one I modeled for them. I just did it in the green color I have hanging up, but I love this one. At first, I wasn't a major fan of the waistband. So if you see the waistband, it is pretty small. Like it's only this big. Normally waistbands come up to about here. So it's a little bit smaller, but I think that's beneficial because sometimes waistbands are too big, especially if you have a short torso, especially if you're short. Then I know so many girls in the gym that the waistband comes up to like here and they have to roll them down. So I feel like a lot of girls would really, really like this. I'm just a bit taller and have a little bit more hips and everything to hold in. So sometimes I do like a bigger waistband, but I've worn these ones multiple times and they do stay up and it holds everything in. So at first I was a little like, but after I've worn them and tested them, it works perfectly. And I do like it because it lets my belly button show, and most leggings don't. Most of the time the leggings cover your belly button. So that's just a random little tidbit. The top, I absolutely love it. It's a halter top, so. No back, essentially. It has this small little navigation here on the strap. And then the back of the leggings. Can we get a moment for the back of the leggings? Yeah. Yeah. You see it. You see what it's doing, okay? But I will tell you guys, this is a lot of me that's doing that, okay? There's not a seam in the middle and there's not a scrunch butt. I worked it up there. And if you got cakes, then it'll look good. If you don't, then these are not going to give you the illusion that you do. So keep that in mind. But if you do already have a figure built out, worked on your glutes, then you're gonna be good in these, because you can just kind of like work it up there if you like scrunch butt. I personally just like scrunch butt because without it, I feel like I just look like I got this one big burrito booty cheek. So anyways, I personally am loving this color. I believe this is what they consider gray. To me, it's a little bit like grayish blue, but the name I believe is just gray for this one. And it goes all the way to the ankles. Let's see if it's squat proof. Y'all tell me. It's probably, I can feel that the material is thin, so just be cognizant of what underwear you wear under these, but you should be fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the purple one and then I'll show you guys the green one. And if you look over here, you can see what it looks like on the website. So we have on the lavender one. I am wearing a size large in this color, and in the last color, I got a size medium, just because I wanted to see if there was gonna be a major difference. On me personally, there's not a major difference because I do kind of fall in between. Normally I fall between a small and a medium on leggings, but I always wear a medium. On these ones, because the waistband was a little bit lower and shorter, I decided to size up just to see if it would make like a major difference. I don't think it's made a huge difference, but I appreciate having a little bit of extra fabric on these ones. So I do have a little bit more playroom as far as like how much I can pull it up and everything. But this set I'm actually really impressed with. I love it. I love it in all three colors. I've already put a lot of content on my Instagram in the green one, because after I did the photo shoot with them, I took it home and I was obsessed with it. Like I shot in it so many times. So you can see it over there on my Instagram. Actually over here, I'll show my Instagram right here. If you're not following my fitness Instagram, what are you even doing? We're currently doing a 6-week Thicc Fit challenge over on my fitness Instagram with an app. So make sure you check that out, download the app, get on board. If not, we will be doing more challenges and guides in the future, so stay tuned. But yeah, back to the outfit. She's cutie, I love her. Same, it is a halter in the back. I just feel like this is super flattering, and I don't own anything in this purple color. So I'm really loving that. Especially with this dark tan. Wow, my stomach is so dark right now, you guys. Like, I am never this dark, but she went extra dark because that's what she wanted for the photo shoot, so here I am. All right, and here we have the green in all her glory. This one's like an earth tone neutral. Everything's same. These ones I'm also wearing a large in, and I'm wearing a large in the top of this one. I think I do like the medium a bit more. It was a little bit tighter around the neck. But again, size, everything seems to fit true to size. I am just one of those kind of people that I can wear multiple sizes all the time. I'm always able to wear weird sizing, so. All right, so the rest of the sets are not sets at all, actually. I just selected random things from the website. So I have 5 different leggings and 2 different sports bras to try on, but yeah, the rest of the haul is not matchy sets like these first few pieces were. So I won't lie to you guys, I am very late to filming this try-on haul. This was actually launched in February. We're in April now, but anyways, that's not important. These leggings are called the Lift Seamless Leggings. They're high-waisted, lightweight, soft, and stretchy. They have contour shading. They are nylon and spandex. They fit true to size. I am wearing the color slate blue, and they have a compressive waistband. And then the top I'm wearing is the Wander Seamless Bra. Low to medium impact. Yeah, I would definitely say it's low to medium impact. Like, the girls are in there, but they're not secure, and I'm wearing a size medium, which I normally wear. Once I put this on, I actually checked the sizing because it felt like a large. So again, this is low to medium impact. It has a single back strap, removable bra pads. slightly compressive band on the bottom, and it's also nylon and spandex. So now that we have that out the way, I do love the color blue. So I like this a lot because it's the color blue. But yeah, the top has like, it gets wrinkled on the sides right here because it seems to be a little loose in fit. So I guess size down on this if you want a tighter fit and you don't have much boobs going on. So I normally wear a medium, but I wish I would have got this top in a small. But yeah, show you the details of the top. I do like it, of course, because it's ribbed. So I do like the ribbing. I just don't like how it kind of sags on the sides. It doesn't stay up because there's only one strap in the back. So let's get into the leggings. The leggings have this textured contouring. So the bottom of the legging is textured, as well as the front right here. So it has like different areas. One right here is like seamless, the butt is seamless, but then other areas have this textured feeling. It's very, very minimal. I just know that it's like that because I read the title, which it says. But anywho, again, with these, my only gripe is that in the back, there is no seam in between the butt cheeks and there's no scrunch butt. But in the picture, they put it up in her cheeks so it looks like there is. So I feel like that's a little bit deceiving. And you can put it up there, but it's kind of a mission. I did do a photo shoot in these leggings for them, and I really, really liked them, but it doesn't stay up in between your cheeks if that's the look you like. So just keep that in mind. But they are very, very cost efficient. So that's one thing I really do appreciate about Nvgtn is that everything is very minimal in cost compared to other brands. And it's also very comparable in quality. So honestly, I think this was intended to be a set. So I might have lied. I think this is a set because it matches perfectly, in my opinion. But yeah, I love this one. I love blue. Blue workout sets are my fave. So we kept the same top on, we just switched out the bottoms. I actually don't think that these bottoms were from this catalog launch. So I'm gonna put the link or the picture of the website right here so you can see what the name of these are, because these are a bit different. These ones are basically the same as what I just had on, but these are just seamless. There's no textured contouring where these ones do have that. So let me show you guys so you get a better understanding. And these ones you can see seamless material here and then textured material here. So you see seamless is like flat right here and then textured. I don't know if you can tell. Seamless here, textured down here. Whereas with the ones I'm wearing, they're just flat seamless. There's no contouring, there's no textured. But these ones are larger in the waistband. So some of the ones we were wearing prior, you know, they were like lower down here because the waistband was shorter. These ones have a full-size waistband. They're seamless, they're thin, they're airy, but they do cover everything. It's not getting thinner in the butt. So some seamless leggings, the material in the butt gets much thinner. These don't. But again, they have no scrunch butt, they have no seam. I wish there was a seam or something in the back to separate the cheeks, okay? That's just my biggest pet peeve with leggings. But other than that, I really, really like these. I will still wear them even though there's no seam or scrunch in the butt. I'll still wear them. So yeah, I would give these leggings like a 7 out of 10. They are really good for seamless leggings because they're not see-through. They just need like a seam or a scrunch. Again, I've said it 100 times, but Nvgtn, if you're watching this, we need something to separate the cheeks, okay? Love y'all. Okay, but this color combo, adorable. I love this. I feel so preppy. Okay, so these are the iconic seamless flare leggings. I'm wearing them in the color bubblegum pink. They're high-waisted, seamless, lightweight, soft, and stretchy. The material is very thin, but not in a bad way. Like, they're not see-through. I don't feel like my nails are gonna poke a hole through them, but they're very seamless. So that's nice because some of my workout clothes are very thick, and so I always pick my clothes based on like how hot it is outside, how sweaty I'm gonna get, like if I want to be like covered up and cozy, or if I want to just wear like lightweight seamless stuff like this. But yeah, these are definitely very thin, breathable, seamless, whatever. They have the flared hem, compressive waistband, and they are made up of nylon and spandex. And then this is the same top we already had on in the other color, just now this one is in their maroon color. So I think this goes together really nicely. I think this is how they intended it to be paired. But yeah, let me show you guys the details of the top. She's ribbed, has like a little waistband down here. And then again, I wish I would have sized down to a small, but I think this looks more like a little tank top than like, you know, a full-on sports bra. And then the leggings, they are flared, like I said, flared. They go pretty much, they're tight all the way down until halfway through your calf. So that's nice. They're nice and fitted all the way through. They come up really nice and high. The waistband is thick. It covers your belly button. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. There's no seam. There's no scrunch. Nothing to separate the cheeks. So if you want, you can try and work it up there, but it doesn't really stay very well, so. But I do think that these would work outside of the gym because I don't always want my leggings like right up my butt. When I'm in the gym, I like that because I film fitness videos and stuff like that and it just looks better. But this is something I would feel more comfortable wearing out and about because not so much attention would be drawn to my booty cheeks. So. The girls get it. There's a time and a place for every type of outfit and every cut and style of things we wear. So there's a method to our madness, I promise. So we are in the Lift Seamless Leggings in maroon. Earlier I had this set on, but in slate blue. Now this is the maroon one. These two were actually intended to go together. It still looked cute with those flare leggings, but this was actually intended to be a set. So these leggings, I have now put them on twice. I'm out of breath, if you can hear. Let me breathe, hold on. These were a little bit of work to put on. I think all seamless leggings are. But anyways, I really, really like these once you get them pulled all the way up the way they're intended to be. I don't think the last ones I had them pulled up all the way, because with these contoured style leggings, all of this is tight. So what it's meant to do is it's meant to be tight in the legs and then push all like the meat upwards. So I finally got the textured part right below my butt cheek and it's doing something for the cheeks, okay? It's doing what it needs to do. I can feel it. Even when I'm just standing here, it's giving me like a sharp cut below the butt cheeks. Which we love that. Let me hold the wall so I don't fall. Okay, so again, there still is no seam in between the cheeks, but in this one you can put it up there, like it's easier, and then that way it looks a little bit like it's scrunch butt, but the contouring alone is doing what it needs to do. I like these so much more than the regular seamless I tried on. The regular seamless, I'm not gonna lie, those are my least favorite, but these ones with the contouring, chef's kiss. Like, I also don't hate that there's no scrunch butt or seam because again, sometimes I want to go to a public gym where there's guys, or I want to go run errands, and I think these leggings would feel more comfortable and like more appropriate. A lot of other stuff I wear because I work out at a private all girls gym, so there's no one staring at me, I don't get uncomfortable. So yeah, this is the maroon set. I was talking so fast I'd be getting myself out of breath. All right, and then I stayed, of course, in the same top. All right, so last but not least, we have the little black and red combo. I absolutely love these two pieces together. I think they just look so cute. And then I wear them with my Nike Metcons. you know, these shoes. Anyways, I'm also gonna shamelessly plug my Instagram yet again, because if you were over on my fitness Instagram, you would have seen that I already wore this, and I actually did a giveaway with Nvgtn. So make sure you're following me on my fitness channel. I do a lot of giveaways with fitness brands. I changed back into the black ribbed top that I had on earlier. So this is the same sports bra you've already seen. And then these are the seamless leggings. I'm gonna insert a clip right here so you can see what they look like on the website. These have no textured contouring, so they're just seamless all the way through. And again, they don't have anything in between the cheeks, but I was able to hike it up there. So I still think these work as far as for what I like, but if you don't want the scrunch butt, clearly you're gonna love these. But yeah, they're very thin, but not too thin. They're still squat proof. Super cute. I don't know, I don't think that wearing underwear underneath them is probably your best bet, so maybe a very, very thin thong or just no underwear, because these are a little bit thin, like I said. But aside from that, chef's kiss. Love. And they have the nice thick waistband, so the belly button's covered, everything is held in, everything's snatched. Alright guys, so that's a wrap on my Nvgtn try-on haul. If you have any other brands that you want me to do a try-on haul for, drop it down in the comments, and I'll make sure to bulk order a bunch of stuff and give you guys my honest feedback. But again, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, as well as following me on my fitness page, because that is where I do most of my giveaways for a bunch of activewear. So, see you guys on the next one.